What if a T-Rex just spawned into the modern African savanna? Could the tyrant king claw its way back to the top of the food chain? The second you break out of your shell, you instantly know you're screwed. The air is so thin it feels like you're breathing through a cocktail straw. Back in the late Cretaceous, oxygen levels were at a sweet 25%. Now, a measly 21%. The midday sun is absolutely cooking you. It's way hotter here than your old stomping grounds. And to make matters worse, you're rocking a coat of fluffy down feathers. What was once premium thermal gear for freezing Cretaceous nights is now straight up torture under the blazing African sun. There are no familiar ferns in sight. Instead, you're surrounded by an endless ocean of weird golden grass you've never seen before. Right now, you're barely the size of a football and weigh 10 pounds tops. Your one and only thought? Find a spot to lay low and survive. But looking around, it's nothing but grass. The nearest tree is a quarter mile away. And your killer binocular vision, which rivals a top-tier bird of prey, tells you one catastrophic fact. Right now, you are nothing but a fluffy, walking, sitting duck. Suddenly, your threat detection system goes haywire. You snap your head around and spot a pack of spotted hyenas. Every single one of them weighs 10 times more than you, and they're clicking and whooping in a language you don't understand. But their vibe is loud and clear. They think you're an all-you-can-eat buffet. So, you book it. Clocking in at 28 miles per hour isn't bad for a dinosaur toddler, but hyenas can hit 37 miles per hour. Just as they're about to run you down, you spot a warthog burrow and dive in headfirst without thinking. The hyenas scratch at the dirt for 5 minutes before deciding this bite-sized snack isn't worth the hassle, and they wander off. You spend your first night shivering in a hole that reeks of pig urine, and you learn the ultimate rule of modern Africa. Absolutely nothing here was made for you. Day 2. You crawl out of the hole, absolutely starving. Your genetics hand you a Cretaceous hunting menu. But every single item on that list went extinct 66 million years ago. You lock onto a ground squirrel. Using the tall grass for cover, you stealthily creep within 30 feet and lunge. And you completely whiff. The squirrel casually hops out of the way and goes back to snacking on seeds. Your Cretaceous combat tactics are totally useless here. You need to get way closer. That afternoon, by a watering hole, you spot an isolated baby antelope. You circle downwind, sneak within 25 feet, and strike. This time, you nail it right in the neck. At your peak, your bite force will hit a bone-crushing 12,800 pounds, and even as a baby, your jaws don't mess around. The crisp crunch of bone signals your very first successful hunt in this new world. The meat tastes weird, though greasy with mammal fat. Cretaceous prey was way leaner, and your digestive system needs time to adapt. But hunger is the best seasoning, and you wolf it down. Less than a minute into your meal, vultures show up. In Africa, there is no such thing as a private dinner. Over the next 3 months, you exploit the fastest growth rate of any dinosaur on Earth. You balloon to 165 pounds and become the ambush master of the watering hole, specifically targeting warthogs, animals that can run 30 miles per hour but have zero situational awareness. To you, they're just free bacon. But on night 97, you get ambushed. A leopard drops from a tree, sinking its claws deep into your neck, leaving 3 nasty gashes. Your rage instantly maxes out, and you violently thrash, slamming the big cat into the dirt. The leopard realizes it just bit off more than it could chew, and immediately vanishes into the dark with its tail tucked. Your wounds burn. This brutal encounter teaches you a harsh lesson. In this world, death drops from the places you aren't looking. 2 years later, you're finally a menace. Lions actively detour around you now. Your ego is through the roof, so when you spot a herd of elephants, your primitive Cretaceous brain automatically categorizes them as large herbivores equals food. You swagger up to them, totally clueless that elephants are never easy prey. The matriarch, sporting a massive old scar on her left ear, blares a warning trumpet. You ignore it, keeping your eyes on the meal. The next second, she stops playing around. She and two other 4-ton behemoths charge you at full speed. In that terrifying moment, it clicks. Elephants understand teamwork. They counterattack. This is nothing like the Cretaceous, where herbivores fought solo. You're used to 1v1 duels. You've never seen gang warfare like this. Your pride folds to your survival instinct, and you run for your life. This humiliating defeat wakes you up. Brute force isn't the only way to survive here. You start analyzing your prey differently. Cape buffaloes are loners and don't gang up to counterattack. If you can snap their spine, it's a one-hit kill. You wait downwind at a water source. The second, a massive 1,500-pound bull dips its head to drink. You launch, cleanly snapping its spine and using your own body weight to pin it down. The violent thrashing quickly fades. In the distance, the other buffaloes just watch, give a low moo, and wander off. Before long, you are the uncrowned king of the savannah. Whenever you make a kill, you eat your fill first. The hyenas and vultures only get your leftovers. Soon, you discover an even better hack: extortion. Why waste energy hunting when you can just rob lions and hyenas? You just walk up with your massive frame, and they hand over the protection money. You aren't picky. Even the rotting carcasses that vultures turn their beaks up at are fair game. But your boundless greed eventually bites you in the back. A white rhino wanders into your core territory. Instead of letting it pass, you try to evict it. You win the turf war, but you take a brutal horn to the thigh. That minor wound ends your days as a mob boss. Swarms of flies are drawn to the blood, turning you into a buzzing, walking beacon. You can't sneak up on anything anymore. Your hunting success rate falls off a cliff, and you nearly starve to death. You only survive by getting incredibly lucky and finding a buffalo stuck in the mud. By age 5, you weigh over 3 tons. Lions don't just detour around you anymore. They straight up move out of your zip code. You expand your turf, claiming every watering hole for miles as your personal hunting ground. At age 10, you push 5 tons and tower over giraffes. White rhinos yield the right of way. Hippos see your silhouette and quietly slip back into the deep water. Nothing on the savannah dares fight you face to face anymore except the elephants. You form an unspoken truce. You don't mess with the herd, and they don't mess with you. By age 15, you are an 8-ton, 40-foot-long leviathan, a super apex predator, unlike anything the African continent has ever seen. You have completely rewritten the ecosystem. Every living thing lives in fear of you. Even the migrating elephant herds alter paths they've used for millennia just to avoid you. You stand at the absolute pinnacle of the food chain, yet you are consumed by an endless, isolating loneliness. You are the only T-Rex to walk this earth in 66 million years. But you didn't expect the ecosystem to fight back in the gentlest, most ruthless way possible. The prey adapts. They become hyper-vigilant, shifting to nocturnal schedules to perfectly avoid your active hours. Your hunting success rate plummets again. Driven mad by hunger, you take a desperate gamble. You target the elephants again. This time, that same matriarch with the scarred left ear recognizes you instantly. 18 years ago, she chased you off as a cocky juvenile. This time, there's no warning, no hesitation. 11,000 pounds of pure fury charges you at 20 miles per hour. You try to sidestep, but you're half a beat too slow. A sickening crack echoes across the plains. The massive impact numbs your entire body as your left femur snaps like a twig. Fighting through the agony, you bite back, tearing through her ear. But it's not enough to turn the tide. This catastrophic injury is the beginning of the end. Your mobility is shot. Your signature ambush tactics are useless. You try laying in the tall grass by the riverbed, waiting to ambush a hippo, but the hippo ambushes you. Its massive bulk and razor-sharp tusks flip you over, and it repeatedly tramples your battered body. Old injuries, new wounds. The former king of the savannah is now reduced to scavenging rotting meat just to stay alive, shedding 90 pounds of body weight every single week. On day 112, after the broken leg, you drag your broken body to the river for one last desperate stand. You try to pick off a straggling wildebeest. Spooked, it jumps into the river, and you plunge in right after it. Paleontologists confirmed from fossil footprints that T-Rexes were actually great swimmers. But that was when you had 4 working limbs. With only one good leg, you are completely powerless against the raging current. You struggle in the water, your massive body constantly listing to the left, your strokes getting slower and slower. The wildebeest easily makes it to the other side and vanishes into the grass. You fight with everything you have to get back to shore, but the current just drags you further away. Your energy drains. In the end, it wasn't the river that killed you, it was that broken femur. 2 days later, your body washes up on a shallow sandbar. Crocodiles, hyenas, and vultures swarm the beach, tearing apart everything that made you a king. 1 month later, on this vast African savanna, there is not a single trace left that you ever existed. You crossed 66 million years of time, hoping to reclaim your throne in a new world. The world made a brief exception for your arrival, but in the end, it never saved a seat for you.